What's good, team? Right now, I'm about to give you guys my discussion on the new Banlist Konami just dropped on us today and talk about what that means for the up and coming format. So without further ado, let's begin. Starting off with, I'm just going to go over the list in detail, talk about my thoughts on the hits at hand, and then I'm just going to go right into the next format, which is Dimension and Chaos, which is right around the corner pretty much. So starting off with what they banned, of course, Cleat 4 Towers. Now, I didn't really mind Cleat 4 having towers, but I see why they banned it. 3,000 attack, get a card out the opponent's hand, unaffected by everything. It made Cleat 4 a deck that's been around for a year, still competitive, so I can understand why they banned towers. The card is just too good. Next up, ban card, Shred. Necros need to die, burn in hell. Fuck everyone who says Shred didn't need to be banned. I don't understand why they think Necros need all that support. But a card that can pretty much make their whole deck and be recycled over. Even that one, it made Necros a tier 1 deck. So yeah, fuck Shred. Next up, Construct. Now, I understand why they hit Construct. Shadow's been a playable deck for, once again, like Necros for almost a year now. But I disagree with them banning Construct outright. I think Construct at 1 would have been fine. But with Konami wanting to push new product on us, like everyone's theorizing right now, I see why they hit Construct. Even that one Construct is a problem to a lot of decks. So instead of just dealing with Construct, just ban it, make people buy new cards. So Construct is banned. Kind of sucks. It's the second fusion monster ever to be on the ban list, apparently, because that's all I see on the ban list right now is just Construct and Thousand Eyes Restrict. Pretty cool. Next up, ban Exciton Knight. I didn't see it coming, not gonna lie, but I understand why. It blows up the field, a lot of decks can run it. Rank 4 decks are a thing right now. Almost every deck runs level 4, so why not ban the card that can be abused to that degree? So I guess they watch a lot of feature matches, and in their own R&D playtesting department, they probably just figured Exciton is a problem for future product, which is gonna be a lot of pendulum cards. So they had to ban that card. Completely understandable, not a problem with that. Now, down to 1. Scout down to 1. Now, Cleat Force, once again, is a powerful deck. It didn't need towers to compete. Hell, some people didn't even run towers. And the deck always just can just herb derp, pay 100, special summon to monsters to the field, tribute for this guy, draw through it, and phase. Like, it was just dumb. And I agree with the towers, with the Scout hit. Like, a deck should just be able to search out their second resource to set up their scale every turn and just go pendulum summon. Every turn guaranteed with Scout at 2. I mean, it was enough at 3. Cutting down 2, didn't do anything because of all the searching, so now that's gonna cut down to 1. You just gotta hope your Scout don't get MST and you're good to go. So 9 times out of 10, I'm pretty sure Cleat 4 players are gonna find a way around this, especially a lot of the good Cleat 4 players, but for the most part, Cleat 4 got bumped down to tier 2 in my personal opinion. Next up, Graph for the Burning Abyss. I think this is the guy that special summons one from the graveyard. I don't know what the Burning Abyss is, like I always get them confused. But I can see why he's one of the main ones. He got hit down to 1. You want to slow down the Burning Abyss consistency, which is very important. So good job on Konami with that part. Mathematician down to 1. I guess I can see it. I didn't expect it, but they banned Lavalva Chain, so I guess Mathematician hitting that, it was like a pseudo Lavalva Chain. I guess they don't want decks tutoring themselves. Next, I can see them banning Fool's Bearer for a similar reason. So Mathematician at 1, Fool's Bearer at 1. So it's kind of understandable why they picked Mathematician at 1. They don't want decks just tutoring themselves. So, and it also hurts Burning Abyss consistency because some people did play the Mathematician Burning Abyss builds. Down to 1, Necros Bionic and Necros Unicorn. Yes, Brio was fucking dumb, and Unicorn just shutting off decks is just unfair in my personal opinion. So fuck Unicorn, fuck Brio. I guess Necros could have kept Brio at 3. Unicorn at 1. I mean, banning Shred was just hurting Necros enough. This is just putting Necros in the coffin, so they just don't want people to buy the deck, so it is what it is. Hawk to head down to 1. Ritual Beasts won't be able to do their spam herp dirt looping combos. I mean, come Coming from someone who hates that fucking deck, I can tell you, just sitting there and watching your opponent play with themselves for about 15 minutes on DN and in real life, it's really annoying. A lot of people, players saying, oh, it's inconsistent and all that bullshit, but yeah, it's inconsistent, but it's fucking dumb. Ritual Beast made top 8 at Nationals for a fucking reason, and it did good at Worlds for a fucking reason. It obviously ain't that inconsistent if you just make a 40 card deck, and then you gotta account if the player is stacking it out, because people do stack in Yu-Gi-Oh! Oh, 2 card combo? Oh shit, herp, dirt, play with myself for 15 minutes, I win, fuck you, steez, yeah, that shit ain't fair. So, Counter Hog down to 1, I definitely agree with that one. Let me see, El Shadow Fusion down to 1, banning Construct is enough, I don't see why they picked Fusion down to 1, but whatever. And Rhoda down to 1. That's mainly for Satella Knights. They had his Satella Knights at 1 Worlds, so they indirectly hit Satella Knights. For you hero players out there, this is not going to hurt us at all. Trust me on that one. We just replaced Rhoda with Foolish Burial and another Call and Haunted if you're not maxing out on calls already, and you're good to go. You replace your Goblin Burst with 10 Goldfish and you're good to go. Hero deck profile coming soon, by the way. And last but not least, semi-limited is. Only one I got semi-limited is Sir. So that's the other Burning Abyss guy who I don't know the fucking effect. So, really solid. And then the cards that came off the list was Chaos Sorcerer, Shein is at 3, Spellbook Cafe is at 3, Gear at 3. Now, I'm not gonna lie, Spellbook Cafe at 3 kind of scares me a little bit. Yes, Spellbook Cafe. That shit scares me a little bit because spellbooks, you can just, they can fate loop over and over and over. So you can go Blue Boy, search, set on fate and you're good to go. And without us having Harpy's Feather Duster like the OCG, spellbooks can fuck us up. So definitely look out on spellbooks being a good budgetist deck and topping some regions, because that's really scary with Fate at 3, trust me on that one. For those of you guys who played in 2013, you know what I'm talking about. And Gear at 3, I guess Gear might do something, but I think Gear, they just did that to make Gear a playable budget deck once again. They actually thought about the budget player, which is why I kind of like this list, because it caters to the competitive players and it caters to the budget players who want to be semi-competitive. So now for the favorite part of the video, a lot of you guys probably waiting for what the next format's going to look like. So made a list of a few decks that you guys are obviously going to see in the next format and what's going to be better to worse. So obviously the next format's going to have Pendulum Magicians, which is coming out in a new structure deck, and Monarchs, which are also coming out in a new structure deck. Those are going to be some of the powerful decks going to the next format, as so as Cosmos and Gear and Heroes. And Spellbooks, because I feel like those all decks are going to represent a good majority of the meta for the time being. Now, there's going to be a lot more rogue in the next format due to the fact that a lot of players are going to go back row heavy. I predict this next format to be fast because of decks like Pendulum Magicians, Cosmos, and Monarchs, but also controlly, similar to how the Gear half format used to be back in 2014, I believe. Yeah, 2014 format. It's going to have your fast decks like Gears, but it's also going to have the back row heavy decks like Hat that can control the fast deck. So I predict definitely a control, speedy, control-y back row heavy format. So the game, honestly, I think for the next 3 months or 4 months, before Konami releases the next Banlist, is going to be balanced. Kind of surprised they didn't hit Northern, but I guess they still want to sell those 10s. They got to sell the 10s to make money, right? But do expect Northern to be hit coming out around the same time as Cyber Infinity. So I guess Konami just said, fuck it, instead of hitting Northern now, let's just milk these players for more money. And then once Infinity comes out, and we know Northern is unfair at Infinity due to OCG results, they'll either ban Northern come January, similar to how they did in 6th Sense, or just limit Instant Fusion, or ban Instant Fusion, or whatever they're going to do with it. They're going to do something to Northern for sure. They're not going to let that Cyber Infinity Ptolemaeus bullshit run rampant. Trust me on that one. That's just a gut feeling. So those are my thoughts about the ban list, and those are my opinions on the next format. Obviously, it's all theory right now, so don't take my word for granted. Expect a top 10 list for the top 10 budget decks for the next format, and the top 10 real decks for the next format. So be on the lookout for those videos. For those of you guys that are watching this on Halloween, you can also look behind this video. I did make a Halloween special. It's called Top 5 Creepiest Yu-Gi-Oh cards, so check that out as well. Really great video. I did a little extra editing for it, so yeah. So, with all that being said, hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a big thumbs up, show support. As always, comment down in the comment section below what you guys thought of this video. And of course, I do these videos because I truly believe in helping you guys become better players. And I also do these videos because I truly believe in you guys helping me become a better player. Chris from Team Innovation signing out. Peace, guys, and stay innovative. Deuces. I ain't get what I'm talking about. The hash romance stuff. The card is alright creepy. It's really blue, looks like something you'll see floating in the fiery depths of hell. Here you go, so you guys are the Christians.